Hey guys, Pablo here, and welcome to a brand new video in which we're going to talk about Boba Network. Now we'll cover complete information about this. We'll talk about Boba V2. They have this major announcement. We'll talk about all the mechanisms. We'll talk about the backstory. There's some terminologies that we have to discuss in order to better understand this project, like about the Ethereum layer 2. And we'll talk about the optimism. So these are the concepts that we'll first grasp the concept of, and then we'll understand what Boba Network is. We'll talk about their utilities and so forth. So all that information will be covered in this video. I'll leave all the links for you guys in the description so you can check it out for yourself and you can do your own investigation and research. But basically, yeah, so without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now here we are at the official website of Boba Network. Now we'll be using different links, their official website, their documents, to learn about this project, to learn about their announcement, to learn about their token, and so forth. So we have complete information, but in order to understand this project, to understand the announcement and the mechanism that this project uses, we need to have some back concepts or backstory of some of the terminologies that we'll be reading about in this project. One of them is optimism. So we'll learn about what optimism actually is, and we'll also talk about the L2, the layer 2 of the Ethereum, what that is. So in the About Us section of Boba, it says Boba offers fast exits backed by community-driven liquidity pools, shrinking the optimistic roll-up exit period from 7 days to only a few minutes, while giving LPs incentivized yield farming opportunities. Now, if you come to the first, let's get to know what optimism is, and just keep this in mind that this is better than this. It is kind of like using the methods, but it is much better than optimistic rollouts. So basically what we get in optimism is that it makes Ethereum transactions faster and cheaper. And when we talk about this entire protocol, we learn how this is achieved. In the design philosophy, we get 4 main pillars that heavily influence the design of the optimism as a whole. So that is simplicity, pragmatism, sustainability, optimism, and then we come down to the rollup protocol, optimism rollup protocol. It says optimism is an optimistic rollup, which is basically just a fancy way of describing a blockchain that piggybacks off of the security of another parent blockchain. And in this case, that parent blockchain is Ethereum. So it says specifically optimistic rollups take advantage of the consensus mechanism that can be proof of work or the proof of stake of their parent chain instead of providing their own. In Optimism's case, I'll tell you guys that is the parent blockchain is Ethereum. And then we have complete details, but the point to focus in this one is that it makes Ethereum transactions much faster, much cheaper. And we know we have issues of scalability in blockchains. We have problem of scalability in Ethereum, and we need solution for those. So what happens in Optimism is basically the exit periods on those is 7 days. But in this one, it's only like a few minutes. Now we will talk about the comparison and the features on this page right here. But first, let's get the basic information. It says Boba's extensible smart contracts will enable developers across Ethereum ecosystem to build the apps that invoke code executed on web scale infrastructure such as AWS Lambda, making it possible to use algorithms that are either too expensive or impossible to execute on chain. And another thing, Boba Network aspires to be the people's L2 that puts users and developers first. Now here comes the Ethereum layer 2 concept that I was talking to you guys about, because you need to know about the optimism, you need to know about the layer 2 in order to understand this whole thing. So it says that puts users and developers first. The goal is to build a pragmatic L2 that is the first step toward opening Ethereum to the next billion users. Boba is an L2 Ethereum scaling and augmentation solution built by the Enya team as core contributors to the OMG Foundation. Now, L2 is basically a layer 2 on the Ethereum blockchain. The whole point of this is to, kind of like lay off some of the burden on the layer 1, that is the Ethereum mainnet. So it says collective term of solutions designed to help scale your application by handling transactions off the Ethereum mainnet layer 1 while taking advantage of the robust decentralized security model of mainnet. And that's the the whole point of layer 2. Again, you can see this is one of the solutions for the the scaling, for the scalability. Now, if we come to the documents, which will provide us slightly more information, Boba Network is an optimistic rollup which that combines the great open source work done by Optimism with the research and development effort of Enya and Boba team on swap based on ramp, fast exit, which is of just like few minutes and not 7 days as it is in the Optimism, and cross-chain bridging. We chose to build in Optimism because it is essentially a modified version of Ethereum, which makes it relatively easy. It is they're saying that it is a modified version of Ethereum because we can Ethereum transactions much faster and much cheaper, which makes it relatively easy to ensure EVM and Solidity compatibility, minimizing the efforts required to migrate smart contracts from L1 to L2. And this is the benefit that we get in this one. All the D apps, all the applications that are running using the Solidity programming language and that are using the the Ethereum virtual machine, they don't really they're going to have any trouble migrating. There won't be any issue migrating those smart contracts from the layer 1 to the layer 2. So these are some more information about the Boba network. You can get most of the information about it on the documents from their website. We have plenty of those here, but in this one we'll be focusing on more of the on the token side, on the token utilities, on the benefits, and tokenomics. Now let's get the brief differences or features of the Boba network compared to the other. Boba is based on the amazing work done by Optimism and uses the same base contracts but has a few modifications to suit in the L2. Provide additional cross-chain messaging such as message layer fast. Use different gas pricing logic. Provide a swap-based system for rapid L2, L1 exits without the 7-day delay as we have in the Optimism rollups. Provides a community fraud detector that allows transactions to be independently verified by anyone. And then we have interacts with L2 Ethereum using the normal Ethereum methods. And then we have interacts with L2 Ethereum using the normal Ethereum methods. Now you'll notice that there's a lot of complicated details that is more on the developer side that a lot of people may not be, may not grasp the concept. And this is the reason why we'll be focusing more on the token side, because that is information that we actually can easily grasp. Is organized as a DAO. If you come over here, I think there's someone that mentioning about the DAO. So Boba also has their own DAO, so we'll talk about that too. Has native NFT bridging. Automatically relays. We'll be talking about the NFT bridging too. Automatically relays classic 7-day exit messages to L1 for you rather than doing it as a separate step. Now if we talk about this is information about the token. Boba Network is excited to announce that the OMG Foundation has launched a token to support the network. The Boba token, Boba, is a governance token for the Boba DAO. So this is people who own and hold the Boba token, because it is a governance token. It will give them the right to governance. It will give them the right to vote. And can also be staked for rewards on Boba Network, so you can earn more yield on this. Whenever trading or using Boba tokens, please verify that you are using tokens from the official Boba contract, because there's a possibility that people can make different tokens with the same name, but it has a different contract address. So make sure that you use official Boba token contract, which is right here. Now if you talk about the utility, we already have discussed about two of them already actually, governance and staking. Boba will be used for governance of the Boba DAO, which will be used for community initiatives and direction of the network's future. Each Boba holder will get 1 vote for every token that they stake on Boba Network. So basically every Boba token that they stake, they'll be counted as 1 vote. So people who have more tokens will have a higher voting right. Token holders will be eligible to submit proposals, vote, and delegate votes for proposals on the DAO in accordance with the governance guidance. To vote on active proposals in the Boba DAO, please visit the Boba Gateway and navigate to the DAO section on the left toolbar. To participate in the DAO forum, check out this one. And then we have staking, which is another utility for the Boba token. Boba tokens staked on the Boba network will also receive a portion of the transaction fees earned by the network through an on-chain distribution governed by the community. Boba stakers will receive equivalent X Boba tokens that will still retain the same DAO voting rights at Boba tokens. So basically in this, if you stake Boba token, you get X Boba tokens. That is basically the governance token, which will have the same voting rights. The timing and the specifics of the fee sharing arrangements will be shared in a Boba DAO governance proposal and subject to a DAO vote after the network has been operating as ready. Also, we have more details into it. Just what we need to know is we have utilities in this. For the Boba token, we have governance and we also have staking. There's a lot of listings for the Boba token, FTX, Polnex, Bitmart, Voo. So, it just goes forth. We also have Gate.io in this one. And then we have more details. This is the tokenomics basically. And we actually have Boba token that is listed on the CoinGecko and also on the CoinMarketCap. Now, currently the circulating supply of Boba is currently 150 million. The circulating supply will gradually increase over the next 4 years to reach the maximum supply of 500 million. Some of the fees earned by Boba Network will be allocated to purchase Boba tokens on behalf of the Boba treasury over time. The treasury will be deployed to fund liquidity mining incentives and build the Boba ecosystem. And this is how the whole supply is allocated. So we have 28% OMG token holders, 42% treasury, strategic investors 10%, and then current and future team 20%. And stakeholder, this is the allocation. So OMG token holders 140 million, treasury 210 million, current and future team members 100 million, strategic investors 50 million. Now here's the information about the NFT bridging from the documents. On the gateway, click on NFT and paste the smart contract address of your NFT. Once you have pasted the right address, the gateway wallet will start populating your NFTs. Your NFTs will now start populating one by one. So just an easy method in this one. And now that we have learned what Boba Network is, we have learned about the tokenomics, the utilities, we talked about the basic concepts of optimism rollout, and we also talked about the layer 2 of Ethereum. Now let's talk about the big announcements that we were, that I mentioned in the start. That is, Boba Network announces WAGMI V2 to boost ecosystem growth. It says, today we are excited to introduce the new iteration of our WAGMI incentives program, WAGMI V2. WAGMI is a Boba Network's way of improving Boba liquidity mining and growing our ecosystem of projects and developers. Since the launch of the first version of WAGMI incentive program, we've seen an explosion in new projects choosing to launch on the Boba Network. On our ecosystem page alone, there are now more than 30 projects taking advantage of Boba Network's ultra-fast transaction times and cheap gas fees. And from time to time, you will be noticing how much more this will be getting, I would say, integrated, how much more it will become common, because currently this is a solution which is, of course, a better solution than those other that we have, but people are currently unaware of this thing right now. And as we have more and more people who will be getting aware of this, there will be many more projects in this. So what are the goals of WAGMI V2? It says more transactions, increase overall transaction count on the network, more rewards, massively increase rewards pool, and then D-app specific KPIs. We're rewarding the builders and users for our best D-apps by establishing project specific KPIs. And what's new in WAGMI V2? Now, first we talked about how the rewards pool will increase. It will be massively increased to a total of $3 million worth of Boba. $2 million will be for liquidity providers, while a whopping $1 million will be provided as a bonus incentive if total April volume on LongSwap hits $25 million. And then we have DF specifics KPIs. So we have the details, not details, but the basic gist on what new is happening in the WAGMI V2. And then there's a reduced redemption period. WAGMI tokens can now be redeemed in 30 days instead of 60, and they have new partners. Boba Network is continuing to grow rapidly, and we've added several new partners to the WAGMI V2 cohort. The official list of WAGMI V2 partners will be released soon. And then we have more information. So you can get details of this from their social media handles, especially the Twitter, the Telegram. This was the announcement from their official Twitter. WAGMI V2 is starting tomorrow. It's our biggest WAGMI yet, featuring rewards pool up to $3 million, something we discussed. Rewards redemption getting reduced from 60 days to 30 days, and there will be more ways to earn. And just to conclude this project and the features it has and what it has to offer and the better solutions that it has to offer that we don't have already. These are the benefits. These are the features. So we save gas, transactions that cost less than a Boba. We have a fast exit, not like 7 days in the optimism rollout. We have them, you can get your money in minutes, not days, or not even in hours. We have NFT bridging that we just discussed. You can mint, move, and sell between L2 and L1 with no problem. So layer 1 and layer 2 of the Ethereum with no problem. We have hybrid compute, ape scale capable smart contracts that can trigger AWS Lambda. And then we have secured by Ethereum, no multi-sig wallets here, diamond hand secured, a true L2. And yeah, so I think this is basically all of the information that I have for you guys in this video. I'll provide you guys with all the links so you can study this for yourself, but you can definitely tell that the solutions we have in this one are definitely better, better pricing, better rewards, and they're improving on a day-to-day basis, and we are having more and more exposure in this project. So yeah, make sure that you check this project out. I'm going to give you guys all the links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video shortly, so stay tuned. Disclaimer: trading digital assets involve significant risk and can result in the loss of your invested capital. You should ensure that you fully understand the risk involved and take into consideration your level of experience, investment objectives, and seek independent financial advice if necessary. It is up to you whether to invest or not.